tell them that you're from Lynn, people are afraid of you. We have a really bad reputation, and it's really not a fair one. When people who are struggling are living with a lot of other people who are struggling, like, that creates some friction and some tension. And there's not a lot of places to go to kind of like figure it all out.
Our core belief is that kids really need to be seen and heard, to have agency in the world, to make a mark and know that that mark is important. We find that when that change starts from the inside and they develop all of those skills, that kid can make an important change in the world. We divide our programming into elementary school, middle school, high school programming. They can study in film, in visual art, in word, the art of words. They can also span themselves across those. Kid can be here 5 days a week if they want.
Young people are often pushed into a corner when it comes to having their thoughts heard and when it comes to having their feelings heard. You don't talk to anybody about it, you don't go out looking for help, you fix it or you just let live.
88% of our seniors had experienced at least one childhood trauma. Over a third of our kids had already lost someone, a friend or family member, to an unnatural death.
And Raw was really the first place that said things like, "That sounds hard," which I know sounds so silly and like dumb to an adult, but people don't say that stuff to kids.
When I was in Studio Time 1, when we made a self-portrait, so we basically took pictures of ourselves, and then we would like trace it, and then we actually hanged it outside.
That was my favorite. It's underneath the bridge. Yeah, it's out there. Yep.
It's the community that comes with the artwork. It's not just product. It's the people behind the product.
Mr. Winchester. Shout out to him.
I always say, oh my God, how it's gonna be when I travel to the United States. And then when I came here, I love everything. Everything that I see, because this is what I was dreaming. Having people around me that love me, not only that love me, also that support me.
Raw Arts honestly is like the center of that. Like, I would never have met him if he stayed in his country and I stayed in mine. We would never have become friends and be able to learn and grow from each other, you know?
I was not a happy child in school. I was trying to figure out where I could find something that felt truly meaningful. And I found it in a community art center. Everything I've done since, next 50 years, has been trying to understand what was going on back then. There's almost an absolute certainty if you treat them with respect and you give them quality materials or quality tools and processes, they will make meaning out of their experience.
This is what I want to do, is I want to be able to provide music to any kid in LA who wants to play and doesn't have access.
Some of these kids are busting hours. I mean, they're taking care of their younger siblings, you know, because both their parents have to work. Can we start from 152, please? You know, I'll ask them, why were you late today? They'll say, oh, you know, my best friend got shot in the hospital. I'm hearing this, I'm like, this is a totally different life.
We don't audition for talent. Everybody is welcome. They start in a musicianship class, so they're learning basic like note reading, rhythms, singing, clapping, a lot of the just basic mechanics. From there, they choose an instrument, and then they have their group class twice a week.
Nice.
And then on Saturday, they have ensemble.
Before Harmony Project, like as soon as I got here, you know, I was the one who didn't want to play anything, but now I want to like be the one that does everything.
For me, it makes me relax and makes my stress go away.
I was kind of lost with what I wanted to do with my life. So I didn't really know what the point of high school was. My first cello teacher, Nick, he kind of like pushed me a lot to keep going with cello, and I grew a passion towards cello, and I grew a passion for teaching kids.
But when you compare the children that have been subject to music training and the children that do not, it advances the maturation of these children by advancing the maturation of their brains.
I feel like programs like this, they help kids develop like skills that expand beyond even just arts. They learn how to like commit to classes, attend every week, and that really contributes to their school and other things, like not even just the Harmony Project.
It's not just music. It gets them in the door, but it's really youth development.
1, 2, 3. Think about something that's going on in your life that you would like to ask advice about. Do not put your name. This is totally anonymous. I don't know any of your handwriting. How do I stop the urge to make impulsive decisions?
Honestly believe that if more people knew what scientists are studying and what their findings are, they would want to have music education in every school. Josh's foundation is actually working with the Harmony Project, and I applaud him and all of you so much for doing this work, because it's going to help so many students.
Again, the smells. It's the smell of seawater. Or the smell of some fresh baked goods. Could be the smells from your mother's kitchen. Now I want you to carry that with you throughout the day, because as we explore some of the issues that you all said you wanted to create theater about, some of those issues are going to be a little rough. So I want you to have something that grounds you back home that you can think about.
By inhabiting these voices, you're using all of your psychological, intellectual, historical, moral, ethical, empathetic capacities, imaginative capacities, to get inside the human phenomenon of a family at war with each other, of the loss of a child, of betrayal. So it's research. And then you report out to people in performance.
Typical day, we come in, we warm up, we do group work and a little bit of ensemble building.
My name's Elaine. Yeah. And I'm a meme. Yeah. I'm gonna be a meme. Yeah. That's my life.
Yeah. So most of the kids that we work with grow up in environments in which they're not necessarily rewarded for showing vulnerability. Yellow ball, yellow ball. Thank you, yellow ball. In our classrooms, we're trying to get them to a place where they can drop that guard and connect. Great, see you. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I've worked in the world of criminal justice, juvenile justice, reentry for almost 15 years. When I was 30, I started taking improv classes myself. And had this kind of aha moment for improv to be used as almost like a therapeutic intervention.
They are told no in a lot of ways, literally, figuratively.
I got your back. Pass it on.
I got your back.
Great.
And when we start saying yes to them, they start saying yes to themselves, to each other, and to possibilities.
Guns don't kill people, people kill people. We can display our different viewpoints, and that's why I do the 4 corners exercise, because it's a really great way of like understanding that there can be different views and people can disagree.
I was really quiet. I don't really express myself because what if they judge me? Like, what if it's a bad thing? But now it's whatever. I'm expressing myself. You can mind your own business.
There's 2 girls and 1, I don't even know what you are.
I don't really care, like, leave me alone. If there's like something heavy in my heart, and if I talk about it, I feel like it's gonna make my heart feel somehow light.
The best way I can break down empathy to my students is being able to walk in someone else's shoes. I can't think of a better tool that allows you to do that than acting.
We need to make sure that we can be a consistent and positive force in the lives of those kids, no matter what happens with a school budget cut, no matter what happens if there's a change of leadership. And so funders like Find Your Light, that's the only way we can do this.
They've been a supporter of ours for many years. When we were smaller and when they were smaller, it's been a wonderful partnership.
These types of programs should be everywhere, to be honest, in every school.
In middle school, elementary school, high school, and university.
Any type of school.
Yeah.
We just love watching the Find Your Light Foundation as it grows and it understands the tremendous impact that it can have.
The last poem is actually a group piece that all the kids wrote together of their home that they built here. They say a house is 4 walls and a roof. In my old home, I had no passion. Pain danced within those rooms. I will build a new home, a foundation of hope and respect cemented in security. Fenced in by love, I will never be uprooted. Once you enter my doors, open windows will allow freedom to breathe, and sanctuary taps against your chest. It will say hello. Welcome home.